Hey guys, so today I'm gonna be looking at people who trusted their gut feelings. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. I would always walk down the hallway in the night without turning the lights on. One night, I get to the end of the hallway and have a sudden urgent feeling that I need to turn the lights on. I go all the way back to my room and turn the hallway light on and go back. Just in front of where I had decided to turn around was a huge and deadly taipan snake making its way from one room to another across the hallway. If it had bitten me in the dark, they wouldn't have been able to get me the correct anti-venom. Yes, this happened in Australia. That is scary. But who even goes down the hallways without turning on the lights? That's scary. Like, I need to have light in my room. Even when I'm sleeping, there has to be an area where there's light coming in so that I can see my room clearly, you know. Even if it's dark, at least I can still see things, you know. I honestly can't sleep if my room is just completely dark, because then I'll just be, I don't know, like maybe it's because I overthink, but then I'll just be so scared because I don't know. I'm like thinking like some monster's gonna come out or something. I don't know. How old am I? I'm pretty old now, but I still think about that. Dude, that's honestly crazy though. Like, where do they live? I mean, yeah, I live in Australia as well, but like, I've never had a snake come into my house. Or like, I don't even think I've ever seen a snake. How did I just get that feeling? They were like, oh, not stepping in this area. Something feels odd in this area. Gonna go back. That's crazy. Thank gosh they had that feeling and they trusted the feeling and they weren't lazy. I was mowing my backyard with a ride-on mower and I began to get an overwhelming feeling of being watched. I started looking around and I thought I saw a figure in the upstairs window. I tried to ignore this as no one was home and continued with mowing when I started to feel an unbearable sense of dread. This made me immediately stop. As I did so, the ground in front of me gave way, forming a 15-foot wide, 12-foot deep sinkhole. If I hadn't stopped immediately, I likely would have been crushed by the tractor. Oh, I thought this was going to turn into like a story where there was someone in their house and that they didn't go into their house because they saw someone and then they called the police and they caught someone in the house. But nope. I was just thinking ahead. Yeah. So there's nothing about the thing that they saw. I guess that thing gave them a warning. I guess that thing made them feel uneasy and they were like, oh, this is weird. I think someone's in my house, and they just stopped kind of thing. Years ago in college, in a very large building in downtown New Bedford, MA, in a computer lab doing some sweet programming, when all of a sudden I thought I smelt gas. Natural gas. Then it went away a few seconds later. On a gut instinct, I jumped up and proclaimed to the class that I smelt gas and that I was evacuating and they should too. My teacher asked me to sit back down and asked everyone if they smelt gas too. No one did. I internally said, I'm not dying here, and just straight up left the building. I walked a couple blocks down, stopped and started calling 911 on said hunch. Lo and behold, after maybe seconds or maybe 1 to 2 minutes of standing on this corner, I hear all kinds of sirens and alarms and such going off. Apparently there was some road construction on the other side of the building that I couldn't see, and the workers had a huge gas leak. Teacher later told me I blew their minds and thanked me for acting so fast. I don't think I impacted anything other than me being first out, but I'll take it anyway. Yeah, they were the first one. They were just like, nah, bye, I'm out. No one believed him. I would believe him because it's basically people's lives on the line. So I'll be like, okay, I'm out too. I'll follow you, you know, because it doesn't hurt anyone to just go, right? But it's so risky if you just take the chance and you're like, nah, it's okay, we're gonna be okay. No, you're not. Because I feel like even if one person can smell it and no one else can smell it, I will still believe the one person, because what if everyone else has a blocked nose? You know? This teacher. This past spring semester, some friends and I were going to an off-campus party and needed someone to drive us there and back. This guy we sort of knew offered to take us if we gave him some gas money. We all just had a bad feeling about it and just figured we should have a night in watching movies instead. I'm finding this funny because they're like, we need someone to give us a ride. Ooh, but not you. Not you. There's something off about you, not you. Never mind, we don't need you anymore. Wow, that feeling must have been strong. Everyone must have been like, oh, this guy's weird. Nah, we don't trust him. That's crazy. The guy struck the same deal with some other people going to the party after we left, and it turns out he got drunk at a party without telling them, drove back drunk and got in a huge car wreck. Whoa. I'm glad they had that feeling about him. Not you. Why would he offer to drive people when he was going to get drunk? Don't do that, people. Don't. Don't drive if you're drunk. Just don't. Couple of mates and I were really lucky. In our last year of secondary school, UK, we had a massive changing room for physical education split into 2 sections for either side of the year. We'd always use the B block, but this time about 20 of us decided to follow the lead of one friend that said, why don't we use A block? We questioned why and he just replied, I don't know, this side is so old and manky compared to A block. We were really early, so we were guaranteed space to change, etc. Once most people started filtering through the changing rooms, they noticed most people were at A block, so they all hopped on the bandwagon and ditched B block. B block ceiling collapsed 10 minutes later. Whoa! Thank that one person. That one person was just like, we should use A block today. Amazing, you know, amazing. And I love how everyone just followed him. Like, no one doubted him. Everyone was just like, okay, cool, we'll follow you. Wow. And the people who were in B block, they were like, since everyone's in A block, let's join them and have fun too. That's nice. Everyone seems very friendly in this group, you know. My mum tells this story a lot. She was working in an office and she suddenly had a powerful urge to leave her cube, just to leave and be somewhere else for no reason. Not a minute later, a 15-foot wide section of the ceiling collapsed, burying the floor in metal and plaster. She would have been crushed. What are the chances of ceilings collapsing? What? What are the ceilings made out of? Like, what? That's just so scary to think about. Like, most people are under a ceiling, you know. That's so scary. One time I really had a bad feeling about an unusual driving car and asked my girlfriend to walk faster over the street. She laughed and said I should not worry. The car crashed into the woman next to us. Whoa. That's crazy. Oh, how do you look at a car and just be like, this car is going to do something mad? I've never had that feeling about a car. I mean, sometimes when I walk across the pedestrian crossing, I would look at cars to see if they would stop, you know, because you can kind of tell if the car is gonna stop or keep their speed and just keep going. Like, you can tell. So every single time when I do walk across a pedestrian crossing, I will still look for cars. Just in case, you know, like, I wouldn't just look straight ahead. I would still be looking both ways, you know, just in case. Because of course cars should give way, but you never know. My mum had a crazy one when I was homesick. This was 18 years ago. I was homesick from school. My little brother, who wasn't old enough to go to school, was outside playing in our backyard at the playset my dad built. He was standing on one end trying to throw rocks up into the top of the playset. My mum was washing some dishes in the kitchen and had this feeling that was almost a voice say, tell your son to come inside. She looked out, saw he was playing and was fine, and shrugged it off. A minute later, she gets the same impression, get your son inside. Again, shrugs it off, but starts thinking about how strange it is. Finally, after another couple minutes, she had one of the most insane experiences of her life. She swears she heard an audible voice scream, get your son now. She was so startled, she dropped what she was doing and just instantly reacted. She ran outside and yelled at my brother to come inside. He slowly started making his way over. She went down our deck stairs, went over, grabbed him and put him back in the house. I remember all of this part because I was watching her be frantic and thought something horrible was happening, like someone was trying to kidnap my brother. 2 minutes after she gets my brother inside, we hear a massive crack, and a tree about 35 feet tall with a 2-foot diameter trunk fell exactly where my brother was standing. Whoa. He had a guardian angel, something like that. Whoa. Thank gosh for the voice. I don't know. Maybe it was just her feeling it. I mean, sometimes I feel like I do hear myself talk inside loudly. Most of the times I'll just hear myself quietly, but sometimes I will like hear myself talk louder than usual. Have you guys ever heard that? It's so weird to me because I'm just like, whoa, I just heard myself talk or something. Like, it was louder than my usual thinking voice. I don't know what it is. Maybe that's what she heard. I don't know. Thank gosh for mum instincts. I swear, I feel like mums have the best instincts. My grandmother had a dream where her sister, who had already passed away, told her that she had to have her gallbladder removed. The dream was so vivid to my grandma that she went to the doctors, got some tests done. Doctor had insisted everything was fine. One way or another, she managed to convince them to remove the gallbladder. And after the biopsy, they found cancer in it. Oh. Thank gosh for the sister. Or thank gosh for the dream, I mean. Sometimes I do feel like dreams have warnings, or like dreams do mean something sometimes. Like those weird dreams, nah, those weird dreams are weird. I don't know what's going on in those weird dreams. But like a powerful dream where you feel something after you wake up, I feel like those mean something. Honestly, I've had so many weird dreams though. Like, I don't know what I dream about, honestly. I could literally have like 5 dreams in one night. Like, I'll just be doing this in this dream and suddenly it'll switch into this dream and then it'll switch into another dream. And then I'll wake up and I'll be like, wow, so much happened. I don't know what happened, but it felt so normal during the dream. Like, in the dream, it felt fine. I was like, cool, you know, cool. But when I woke up, I was like, that was an odd dream. This is so crazy too because the doctor said everything was fine, but not everything was fine. Not everything was fine. That's so crazy. Like, what would have happened if she just went home and didn't do anything, right? My husband, boyfriend at the time, and I were saying goodbye at the end of the night and I suddenly felt dread. I didn't say anything since we had only been dating a few months and I didn't want to be a crazy person. He left and maybe 5 minutes later came back. He said he had an overwhelming feeling he shouldn't leave me alone for the night. Oh, that's so nice. The next day, there were a man's footsteps in my snow on the back porch, which weren't there earlier. I moved shortly after that. Oh, so they both had that feeling. They both had a feeling that something was going to happen. Oh my gosh. Thank gosh he was there. Back when I was 6, my mum, brother and I were crossing the street. Pedestrians were signalled to cross. But upon reaching halfway, somehow I had an urge to hold onto my mum and brother's arms and stop them from walking. Seconds later, a car zoomed past us, probably going 80 kilometers per hour. It ran a red light. This is what I'm talking about. Like, some cars just don't care whether it's a pedestrian crossing or not. They just don't care. So yes, you should always just, you know, be safe and just check both sides in case, you know, you never know which car is gonna run the red light. You never know. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are, and as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.